When it comes time to making good YouTube videos, we assume that the acting is the most important part. It's the person we see in front of the camera, and it could be in question their charisma, let's say, which gives plenty of entertainment value. But if the message is not very clear or strong, or points are lacking, then we will move on and forget about what we watched. Versus, on the other hand, if the writing is very good, there's substance there, a clear message, and plenty of information to think about. The acting does not even have to be the best in the world, but we will stick around to hear what we have to learn. Besides, I would further argue that good writing will also uplift the delivery. So, leaning a little more toward writing, here are some ways to make for better writing and YouTube videos. We can write the script of a YouTube video the same way we learn how to write essays in school. We have to choose one main topic per essay and put it somewhere at the top with our own spin to it. Why? Because we don't want people wondering what this will be about. We want to concentrate. We're going from A to B, and we want to point the direction. We're going this way. Okay, now it's a lot easier to stay focused. And we want to follow the same idea throughout the body of the essay or video. Basically, we will have sub-arguments, like going along a journey, and you have one sign, okay, you're going to take an exit this way. Okay, now you're on another stretch of the road. And then you have another one to go a different way. So we're following some turns along the way. These will be like paragraphs or different sections in your writing. And they will get their own topic sentence at the top. So in this stretch of the road, this is what we're looking for. We also want to give plenty of illustrations, not to assume that what you're seeing in your own mind, viewers will also be seeing in theirs. You want to show them, basically like a good tour guide. And on your left, you'll see so-and-so, and on your right, and this time in history, you want to make it a good story. If you use general pronouns like it, this, or these, or that, you want to use the exact specific keywords. What is it to keep us coming back to the main arguments? It's like what they say in writing. You tell them what you're going to tell them, you tell them what you're telling them, and you tell them what you just told them. So basically keep repeating the important parts with little twists to them. During my literary studies, it was described to me as there being two different schools of thought when it comes to writing an essay: the British way and the French way. The British way is known for its strong structure, so it's what I described earlier, fronting the important information. It's starting with one idea, and you see it's leaning toward another idea, but you resist the temptation to make this break now. You finish all you have to say about the first idea, and then you backtrack to go to the second idea. Versus the French way, it's been described as painting with finer brush strokes, or talking about all things at all times. I've also heard that. So you start with one idea, you make all connections that you can with it, then you move on to the second idea and you do the same thing. While between the two, I find that I lean more toward the French way naturally. So I would also describe this as more artistic, you could say. So the British shouldn't be upset because their strong point is structure. Okay, the French, we know, have a strong artistic style. So it's like listening to a song. You hear a song and you think, all right, that was a song, and you move on to another one, you move on with your day, but the first song comes back to you. And you think, oh, that was weird. Okay, I guess it was better than I thought. And then it comes back to you again. And that's when you realize that this was art. It was a great song that spoke to you more deeply than you understand. In my own videos, when I rewatch them, I find the main ideas are somewhere hidden, maybe in the middle or towards the end. And in fact, I think these are the things that are your own unique ideas. So we're kind of hiding them because we might be thinking, nobody else is really talking about this, I don't know what people will think of it. In fact, these main ideas have to be fronted. It has to be clear. What is your contribution? All right, but the way to uncover it sometimes is to revise and revise your writing. So you make one draft and you think you'll make a YouTube video. Well, I say, go over it again and look, where are my main ideas? Put them to the front. Now you get a second draft. It might look quite different. So this is the process that every writer or presenter has to go through to refine their writing and produce better content. After you write the body of the essay or script, you want to go back anyway to add a hook at the beginning and a cliffhanger, what I'll call, at the end. Starting from the hook, it's what YouTubers teaching how to perform better on YouTube will say, "This is the graph, a normal graph of viewership declining immediately at the beginning before tapering off. And we want to avoid losing all these viewers at the beginning, so we want to write stronger hooks." Well, those are viewers that clicked on a video and they saw that's not exactly what they wanted and they left. In my own experience, I'm always elated when I get +1 or 2 subscribers out of a video, but then within a week I make another video and it says -2 subscribers, so I know I just lost the ones I gained. Basically, I'd rather avoid this. My focus would be more on these niche viewers that watch the whole video, basically. So I don't believe in fancy wrapping. I want whatever is the actual content to be the main focus of the video. My attention would be more on these cliffhangers. Again, inspired from reading. It's getting through a chapter. It's been a long day. It's right before bed. You want to get to sleep. And then you read a shocking revelation and you read another chapter. And the same thing happens to you again. So you read the whole night and it's the morning and you finish the whole book. So this is actually, as a writer, what would interest me even more. I'll give a little more attention to the hook, but definitely a lot more toward the cliffhanger. And how do we do this? Returning back to traditional writing methods. In the conclusion, you get back to your main point and you want to branch out a little bit more toward future topics for other writings. But I would say, add suspense from the point of creative writing. By way of conclusion, if I had to draw just one main idea at the end of this video, it would be to stress the importance of writing, but more so rewriting. We cannot expect to write one draft and jump ahead to the performance and for it to be the best performance possible. Just like our favorite authors, someone like Hemingway, we think he had the gift and the inspiration and wrote right through to his masterpieces, when in his own words he says, "I must have rewritten that whole book 10, 50, or 100 times before it was published." So too, we cannot be bored of writing thinking it's some kind of a chore. We start with our basic draft, then, as a proper art form, we add all these extra creative ideas, and then we restructure it until it fits properly, until it sings, as it's said, and we're left wondering at all there was to say and how we were able to say it. Enjoyed the writing tips in this video? Make sure to subscribe to Poetry and Play for more. A couple of other videos that might interest you are the rise and fall of anxiety with creative work, as well as allowed to express a little more than expected in art.